When people ask me about being a vintage collector, all kinds of things come to mind. They will think that I'm bargain hunting, looking in the bins, you're stalking various Salvation Armies, looking for that piece. And in my experience, there has been those needle in a haystack moments. So I always joke, you gotta check all the haystacks because that's where the needle is. But it's really not as much like that. I think those are the rare finds where you find something special in a Salvation Army. For the most part, it's dealing with other collectors just like myself who have, big wants in terms of some of these high-priced items. I think that people imagine my day-to-day life is working with stylists and waiting for the movie crew to come by and just pick up the item and then send their check. But it's not always like that. I think it's more about repairing items with some professional tailors, contacting buyers. People need more time. Again, sometimes you're talking about, a $3,000 shirt. These things take time to sell. And a lot of the time, it might mean that we bought it for $2,500 and we're really just selling it for a few $100 extra just to, make a small commission, because we do want that friend or that person to get that piece. But it's definitely, a lot goes into it, just day to day. We are getting ready for VintageCon. Everything from the final steaming to getting transportation ready, lining up staff. For the last 5 days, it's been stickering and hang tags and getting items ready and looking through 10 bins for that one item. Yeah, so the stickering's not even done yet. We're still mid-sticker, but just, adding the hang tags to all the items, finding some of the original sample sale cards from when we had these at our trade show in Vegas. Again, just making sure that everything is stamped right. Started getting into fashion in 1995 as a freshman in high school at Beacon. It's always been my passion. I was always interested in fashion from just like a retail perspective, a wearability perspective. And yeah, it's a struggle. There's definitely times where you're not making a lot of money and you're spending a lot of money, but eventually it all comes back to this passion. I started out in fashion, collecting Ralph Lauren, collecting all these 90s items. At some point in the early 2000s, started working on some design work, started thinking about why I loved, the Tommy Hilfiger Lotus collection so much. What colors, what fabrics were those designers using at the time? Heavy inspiration from vintage Polo, from the Tommy in the 90s, certain things from Nautica. And we just wanted to make something new. And so a lot of it is upcycled. We've taken old Polo scarves and made blazers. One of my memories is being a 9th grader and a 10th grader. It's like you wanted a Polo Bear sweater because the senior in high school had a Polo Bear sweater. So all you had was the Bear bed sheets. And a lot of these items were bed sheets that we had many years ago. And when the sheets get a tear in them, you eventually make, pocket tees or you make some short shorts. So it's kind of just about making things and getting influence from your past. We are just setting up here at VintageCon, Metropolitan Pavilion here in Chelsea. Just getting the finishing touches. Doors open at 12 noon. It's 10:30 now. Just trying to finalize things and hopefully open for showtime. It's looking crowded. People are passing through. A lot of other vendors are here. Vendors are looking good. It's definitely going to be hard to not walk away with some of their stuff too. And we're halfway through. It's definitely feeling worth it. I'm meeting people for the first time. I'm also connecting with people who I've only talked to on the internet before. So I kind of consider those like my social media internet friends. And it's just good to connect with people. We made some sales. We made some connections. We gave away some freebies. Rosenberg from Hot 97 just passed through. Danny Cortez, a good friend of mine who makes those beautiful miniatures, like one of the most talented artists. He just passed through because he's a big vintage Polo collector as well. He actually bought a pair of the Bear pants for his wife. For vintage collecting, I wish everybody understood just how much work goes into it. Cleaning items, repairing items, chasing items, finding things, talking to friends who have something. And then 5 years later, they'll finally sell it. So, it takes many phone calls for them to actually say, all right, I will finally sell it. As an upcycler, I think people kind of forget that we're very much like artists. I'm working with tailors one-on-one. Sometimes we're working in their house, sometimes we're working in a small factory. The molds that we use for hats and various items that we make are like the blueprint for a house. You can't just extend the back or make this a little longer. It takes so much work. My advice to anybody starting out, trying to do what I do is just do what comes passionately to you. For myself, it was being a high school kid, loving this vintage Polo stuff, and then wanting to make things that were that same look, that same feeling. Take it to the next level. use the original as the inspiration. Make what you like, you know? I think my brand started with me just saying, hey, I would love to have a shirt with a picture of Don Mattingly. So I made that, and then, oh, a friend of yours wants to buy it, and then a business starts, you know?